All right. Welcome to Ready to Love Reunion, Chop It Up TV again. I'm here live with the beautiful Charlsea, all the way from Cary, North Carolina. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, pretty good. Ready to get
Good.
into episode two.
Episode 2. Okay, see, there you
Episode
go.
two.
You're my accountability partner right here. Let's kick it up.
All right, so episode two was pretty. I think it was pretty packed this episode. So first thing they did, they started off with a brunch. You saw who made it, and so I guess it was more like a pulling everybody together, and so you got to see that. Um, Everybody kind of set with who they were kind of feeling, in my opinion, kind of in the beginning. Of course, Clifton and Joy, I like them too. So, of course, they were sitting together. But then you got to see Wiley and Tiffany. She clearly kind of had more of a connection with him. And they were just sitting chatting. And at this time, Tommy let them know that he was going to be bringing in two new prospects, I guess is the right word. And Ace and Laverne we're going to go on dates with these two people. But at the brunch, you got a chance to see, I want to say her name is Dakia. I don't want to mispronounce it. I think it's Dakia. And Wiley kind of connected. And so I thought that was an interesting kind of dynamic. He's younger. She's a little older. And they look like they kind of hit it off a little bit. So I think that'll be kind of interesting to see how that unfolds going forward with Wiley. And you got to see that his father was Chuck Brown, which is, I guess, the godfather of go-go music. So that was interesting. And when you saw a picture of him, he literally looks like the man too. So I see how that came out. So that was kind of it for me at the brunch. It really wasn't that, a lot going on at the brunch. But like I said, you got to see that Ace and Laverne are going to go on dates. And let's go into that first date, which was with Cornelius. That's who Ace went out with.
Who you call the ace?
Her name is Ace, right?
You said the ace?
Is her name Ace? Hold on.
Yeah. I thought I
Yeah.
heard you get to see the ace.
No, isn't her name just her name isn't just Ace?
Our name is Ace, but I thought I heard you say the ace.
No, I meant to say just Ace. Sorry.
Okay.
Leave it alone.
No.
Well, okay, so Ace and Cornelius went on a date, and Cornelius is the first, the first gentleman. That's the surprise gentleman that they brought in, and I can say for me, first impression, I wasn't impressed. With Cornelius, I thought the date with him and Ace was cool. I thought the conversation between the two of them was cool, but he himself, he didn't really do it for me. But we'll see as time goes on. I thought he was a little
Well, what?
I don't know the word. I don't want to use the word cocky, but I didn't really have to have him. But what's your take on Ace and Cornelius on that first date?
I would say, on the one hand, yes, I don't think him being on the show add a real value in terms of personality. But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe the rationale behind that addition is we are used to seeing guys who are like fit, and muscular and built and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So I'm thinking they are trying to introduce people who look like regular
different
people,
dynamic.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But in terms of now, if we talk about his personality and what he has to offer, just looking at him, he reminds me of like that uncle at the barbecue. That's what I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Hmm.
conversation with Ace was pretty, I guess it was pretty easy breezy. He seemed pretty open to the conversation with her. And clearly he liked the conversation. He liked the date with Ace. The next date though, where he was with the group, and I guess I won't put too much info. I want to go into the other date first, but I will have more
Right.
information on what I think about him in the next group.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
the other new surprise person was Carmen. She met up with Laverne, and they
Hmm.
had a lunch date. And my first point with her, she seemed, cool or whatever. Laverne's very talkative, so of course he had plenty to say, and they had a great conversation because Laverne could carry on the conversation. But she seemed to hold her own too. Now I'm gonna say, be completely honest, out of the ladies on there, she will probably come up as my least favorite. That's just what I think of
Why
her
is
so far.
that? Why?
Um, I got ooh, I don't want to use the term mean girl, but I didn't get good sister vibes from her. I didn't. I got kind of like, don't get me wrong, it's a dating show, so you're there to date people. But, you know, she made a few comments that I didn't care for over the entire episode. So, again, it's just her first, you know, introduction to the group and all. But I feel like, you know, she thought certain things were, made her, I guess, I don't know, stand up amongst the other ladies. And I felt like it was a little on the conceited side. That's just my take.
That was the one talking about, that was the one talking about hair and stuff.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah. She come across. You're right. A little bit cocky and condescending.
So I would say the two new people that they added in, you know, I could have thrown them back. You know, maybe someone else differently. Someone's different. You know, they didn't do it for me at all.
You could have thrown that back.
Yeah, I would have thrown both of them back. But
you can do it.
They're there to mix it up. Yeah, they're there to mix it up. So I respect. I know what the show is trying to do. They definitely give a different dynamic. But this episode to me was really interesting. The conversation between her and Laverne, they seemed both very competitive. He was feeling it, you know. But I think, you know, yeah, Laverne likes to talk. So, and they both, you know, they look like they could possibly match each other because she looked like she could go toe for toe with him either way. So, yeah, what's your take on Carmen?
Yeah, I mean, I have a similar perspective. I think she comes across as a little bit condescending, just a little bit, and a little bit cocky. I get that you have to be confident, but at the same time, you know, some of the remarks she was making, you know, as far as like, especially she mentioned the dude with the dread, she made some slick remarks and all that stuff, and I'm like, okay. You know, and then she mentioned she's the only one with the real hair. I'm like, okay, you know, doing all of that stuff. Go over there and do your thing, girl. Stop doing all these, you know, we don't care about all of that. Go and connect with someone. That's what you need to be doing.
Absolutely.
You know, and, as far as like that date, I think it was a little weird, all that touching stuff. You know, I don't know how many people go on a date for the first time and be touching their ass of another person.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Well, I say that some people might. I can't. Let me just speak for myself. It's not. I don't do it. But you know, somebody might really think it's okay to come grab somebody's butt on the. You know, yeah.
That date was. I mean, this whole episode was very sexually charged. Let's just put it that way.
I agree. There were several comments that were made.
Yeah, too many sexual innuendos. You know, everything was just. And it makes the whole process look superficial in a way, you know, and it's just like, okay, what are we getting at over here? Are we here to look for love, or are we here to smash? Right. I think this particular episode is more like ready to smash as opposed to ready to love. That's the vibe they're giving up. It's just like too much sexual stuff, you know, the whole episode. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
I noticed that. I was like, oh, that's different. They don't normally do that. So I did notice it several times. People said. So I was like, okay, that's different, you know. Hey, it's a different season, different people, bring a different mix in. So then you saw that Joy went on a date with Paul. Now we know, I said before, Paul is not my favorite. Okay, I don't have to have that. He's but you know, he said he wanted to get to know her, and so they went out. You could tell immediately that Joy was just there. You know, she really didn't have to have Paul. She's pretty much made it very clear. She's found her connections with Clifton. However, the only dangerous part about that is you got to be careful because it's the beginning of the season. Things could change. So I think it's important that they both said that they're both going to continue to see other people, but you can tell that they, to me, have the strongest connection. But she went out and she entertained the conversation with Paul, but it seemed pretty pointless to me. She was there, but not there.
You talking about Joy?
Yep.
I mean, she's not really feeling Paul. She's just trying to be open as best as she can, you know. Paul gotta step up his communication game. I gotta tell you. He's just, I don't know, he's on a whole different planet, you know, as far as communicating with the ladies. I don't know who the type of women he's used to talking to, but he's
talking about old man vibe. He's giving really like old man 1990s. You know, really not able to communicate with people. And so you saw that in the group date. Like, yes, I understand that they didn't really like Tiffany like that, but I would have probably responded the same way she did. Like, I didn't follow his questioning either. So
I gotta like what she did to him though in that closing when she Yeah, I kind of like that because he's a little weird. He got to step up his game, dude.
Yeah,
That's not
awkward. Yeah,
that's
definitely.
not how you communicate. He needs some social etiquette, real
Yeah,
bad.
definitely. I also like the I thought it was a good exchange between Clifton and Dakia. I hope I'm saying her name right, Dakia, where they went on a date together. Though, you know, he let it be known, of course, that he still feeling joy. That's his first connection. But it was nice to see that he could also, you know, he liked Dakia. They had a good conversation as well. So
Who you talking about?
the one where Clifton, the date that Clifton went on a date with, Dakia,
Okay.
her. So I guess he's kind of keeping, of course, again, keeping his options open as well.
Smart man. Smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
So you get to see that he has another option, even though, like he said, he made sure to let Joy is still his first choice, but he's open.
Right.
I don't see anything wrong with that. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. That's the process. You got to be open to other people. Yeah, in as much as they have the strongest connection so far. You know, I was watching the very first episode. The very first episode, you know, when he first walked into the group, Joy went. She looked at him and she made some. It was like an instant connection between the two.
yeah,
You know, so that connection is really strong. You know, I can see them going towards the end. But I also appreciate the fact that Clifton is opening his avenue up to other women. So that's good.
Yeah, I think it's smart on both ends. So like I said, even though she didn't necessarily, you could tell she didn't really connect with Paul. Hopefully she'll go out with somebody else on the show and give somebody else a chance to, like, you know, mix it up. You know, you don't want to get caught in putting all your eggs in one basket. I like that. So to me, it's a healthy boundary. So yeah.
But then on the other hand, Joy, she's acting a little snobbish. She better be careful.
Whoa,
you know,
where'd you get that from?
I get that. I get the vibe. She's acting a little snobbish towards the other guy. You know, a little bit like Miss Too Important. You know, not fully opening up to the other guys. I get that vibe. You know, from her. You know, I pay attention.
I'm gonna come to Joy's point. She's saying that. So she did say that Tori would be somebody that she could possibly go out with, but she's saying he's probably not gonna really do it for her like that. So she's being upfront about it. Now, I do think she should still give it a chance, though.
There you go. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
You know,
give it a chance. But
like my boy, Kendrick Perkins. No, I'm not. You see, you're just trying to read my mind now. You thought I was gonna say Kevin Samuels. I have a lot of boys. Okay. You know, I'm talking about Kendrick Perkins. He would say, "Carry on."
Okay.
Carry the hell on.
I would say the thing when she made the statement about Tori, I think she said she will be open because, again, maybe because they were talking about something about, I think a question about sex came up, and who knows, maybe that conversation made her turn left, and she's like, I don't know if I want to go any further with this conversation because she just didn't see it, and I don't really knock her for that because sometimes you can kind of tell from a first conversation this may not be something I would be interested in, but you can give it a try. She gave Paul a try, but I think she's, I say keep on dating others until you and Clifton are for real. Like, just keep giving somebody else a chance. It may not be Tori or Paul, but give somebody a shot. So yeah,
anything can happen.
I agree.
Anything can happen. Okay.
Now, speaking about Joy and Clifton, I think the reason why I like them, especially this episode, she made a very good point. I think it's cool when she was like, it's really rare, or she said in her dating experiences, you would love to hear a man say, "Hey, I want to spend more time with you." I thought that was cool because that is true. Sometimes people are always in the gray and you can't really tell. So I feel like if anything, more than anything with Clifton, she likes how he's very open and direct about what he wants, and she likes it. And I mean, as a woman, I get that. I think that's cool.
I'm guilty.
You're guilty?
Yeah.
You don't be direct?
It's not about direct. It's about, opening up to the process. That's what it's about. It's not about being direct. I don't think it's so much about being direct. I think it's just him being open to the process and a little more vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Not giving a damn.
It's attractive. Yeah.
Right. That's what
we need you to be more open. Yeah.
All right. So my girl gets mad at me every time for that shit. But
Who?
You said what?
You said your girl gets mad about that? You need to be more open. Be more open. Absolutely. All right. So Cornelius on the group date with the ladies. He didn't really care for the conversation that he had with Tiffany, of course. Like, so Tiffany, and let's go back, hold on. The group date there when Paul was basically being a little too rough with the ladies playing ping pong. Cornelius had to let him know, hey, you are dealing with some ladies here. So again, Paul's awkwardness didn't go over well. So then, as Paul goes over into his conversation with Sabrina, well, not Sabrina, Precious, I believe. The other two ladies kind of corner Cornelius, and he can kind of feel the sweat running down his face. And so he doesn't really care for the conversation with Tiffany. And I can tell that was kind of like the end of that for her. And I can say for me, I don't really see anything wrong with her saying what she wanted. Like, all she said was, I want a husband. I don't really want to be in a situation where, you know, we can go either way. I feel like she was kind of punished for that, especially when because he mentioned it in the group with the men saying, hey, you know, she was real, you know, kind of negative, saying she wanted a husband. And I don't feel like if I'm on a show Ready to Love, why can't I be honest about what I really want? You
ready for this?
What?
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You remember the last season?
Yeah.
What they did to my boy at the pool? What's his name? Tyrone. Exactly, for being open and direct about, I see you as my wife. They did the same thing to Tyrone. Exactly. And he got booted off the show for the very same thing. So I guess this is a payback for the guy. So it's only right that one female get booted out for the same thing. So that's all I got to say with that.
I agree. So apparently people don't like people to be upfront. You can't really say how you feel, which I think that's a kind of slap in the face. What's the point? Like, if you want me to keep it too cool, don't say how I feel, don't say what I want. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make. On a more serious note, that was ridiculous. You know, the dude, you on a dating show called Ready to Love. She is the 37-year-old woman. She's 37. Yeah. What do you expect her to say if you ask her what you want in a relationship? You want to say, I want to play around? Like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Apparently, he wants to play around. That's why he took that, to heart. It's ridiculous. He went into the main.
Right, she didn't say I want you to be my husband. She said I want a husband. I want let it get known. So I didn't understand what the big deal was, but you can clearly see that there was tension there.
That was ridiculous. He just didn't know how to handle that question, that answer. That's all it is. You know, apparently he's not ready to settle down. You know, so he tried to flip the script on her. You know, that was messed up.
I agree. So then, when it came down to it, they had another group date, and this one was with Clifton. Like we said, we kind of mentioned, we kind of blended them in together. And so you saw that Clifton had a chance to meet Carmen, and he really wasn't impressed. You know, that's how it came off to me. He wasn't that impressed. And then there was conversation between, again, Tori and Joy. And, you know, it seemed that maybe Joy was like, cool guy, might hang out, but not really seeing it. So there was a part, though, when Ace kind of walked away, and she was just kind of chilling, you know. And I was kind of, I can kind of relate to Ace in that moment where he was like, he thought something was wrong. And she was like, no, I just, you know, I saw y'all was connected and I really didn't have a problem just coming over here, you know, chilling or whatever. But I thought it was cool for her to be open to that and not really be in her feelings. And then I also thought it was cool for Clifton to go over and check on her. So I thought that was, you know, real mature. I'm gonna say that, real mature.
Well, yeah, it's mature, but at the same time, girl, you on the show to date and explore. Like, no one is official yet. No one is exclusive. No one is exclusive.
I can kind of get why she wouldn't be like bogarting people. I kind of understand it. I do. I get it. But you know, it is a competition though, so you can't be too on the sidelines.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like you know, go sit over there by the bar and sit by yourself. It's not going to solve the problem. You're gonna see yourself off the show in a second. You know, you gotta gel, interact, talk to people. They are not exclusive yet. Yes, the connection is strong between Clifton and Joy, but you have to be open to the process. Go over there and talk to Clifton. You know, maybe he might see something in you that he didn't see in Joy, and think twice about it.
I see your point. I just feel like she kind of, I kind of get why she was like, that might be her personality. But as you can see, when they got into the deliberation, hey, some of the fellas on there understood that about her, and then some didn't. So you can see that, some were, Laverne, I mean, she basically walked, was walking on the moon for Laverne. And the other men were basically kind of like, I didn't see that. So yeah, I guess it just kind of depends. Her personality may or may not mesh well with everybody on the show.
Well, I think that was a wake-up call for her. Almost getting eliminated, that's a wake-up call. She got to wake up and step up her game. That's all it is. Or else she will be going home. Just like Tiffany.
Now, Tiffany, I don't know. I feel like Tiffany was kind of a little bit misunderstood at first. But again, I didn't really care for her exit. I thought her exit was a little immature. But you could tell she was in her feelings about it. So she didn't handle it the best. But yeah.
But she didn't really make connections too, though.
She didn't. She was feeling Wiley. She was, but I don't think Wiley was completely feeling her. I mean, he said he was, but that's kind of the only connection I think she was kind of interested in making was with Wiley.
Yeah, she didn't really. There's something about Tiffany that's just very something that's just there's a mystery about her. She's not fully open, to the process. There's something about her that she was hiding, almost like she's hiding something. P.O. was right about one thing.
He was right. I said that too. I didn't get that. I got more so it's gonna take me it takes me a little while before I open up to you. I didn't totally get that she had something hiding. I just don't think she puts it all out there on display from jump.
Well, yeah, it's almost like she's been hurt so bad in her past, and so she's afraid of getting hurt because she was talking about her kids. She got kids, and you remember in the first episode, the meetup. Yeah, she was talking about that, and she doesn't want to, get hurt or something like that. That's what it is with her, So take your exit, man. Go work on yourself, and let these people find it.
She was definitely her feelings. So yeah, I would say overall, I think it was a good episode. I think it's cool. The two people they put through in the mix, I didn't have to have them, but I think it's gonna be an interesting dynamic that they're showing. So and it looks like next they're coming up with some more people. I don't think they're stopping with just the people they added this week. So yeah, I thought it was overall a really good episode. I think it had different layers. I think it showed different people who can connect. I think it showed people going to have to step it up. I think Laverne talks too much. And P.O. is still not one of my people. I think he should go. To me, hopefully he'll be on the chopping block next week.
Oh really? Yo, what don't you like about P.O. though?
I think P.O. is out. I think he doesn't know how to connect. Talk about doesn't know how to connect. I think he's awkward. I think I understand the questions that he's trying to get to know the ladies. It's just the way that he's going about it. I don't think he's a good fit. And I think he sticks out unless something else happens and he can show something different in these next couple episodes. I really think he should go home. I really do.
There was one guy that did not go on any date.
Demetrius, was it him?
Yeah, he didn't go on any date. He was the only one that didn't go on any date.
No, he didn't. They didn't show him. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll be showing him more. The ladies really liked him from the first episode, so hopefully you'll be showing more of him. And like I said, they're gonna be throwing another gentleman in. I saw a new face next week, so. Yeah,
but that doesn't cut it. Them liking him is not good enough. You got to put yourself out there.
He's gonna have to step it up for sure.
To make the connection, because things change in these episodes very fast every week.
But I will also say that this episode, even though she was there, you didn't really see much talk from Sabrina. She said a little bit to Cornelius, but it really wasn't a lot said about her. So I feel like you're gonna see more as time goes on, even though we didn't necessarily see him this week. So.
Cornelius calling himself Mr. Cornbread. That was a little. Shut up, Mr. Cornbread.
He said he wants some little cornbread muffins. Okay.
He introduced himself.
If it makes sense to him. If it makes sense to him. So yeah. Right now he's it goes for me for who needs to go. I would say Paul and then Cornelius.
Okay. So who you think is going with the females?
Who I think was gonna win?
No. Who's going home next?
Ooh, next. unless they can really continue to see, like she can show more of herself, I would say probably Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure about Precious. I don't know about Precious right now because I can't really see who she's connecting with. I know she said she wanted. I saw her say she asked Demetrius out, and then I saw her tell Paul she would have liked to go out on a date with him. But I don't necessarily see anyone really. Her name doesn't come up, so I'm actually thinking it might be her first before someone else. She doesn't really stand out.
What so outside of Clifton and Joy, they got the strongest connection. Who else you think got the who is close?
I was saying I like the little connection I saw between Wiley and Dakia. I thought it was interesting. I think that the younger man, older woman can be a tricky situation, but it can work. And to me, they were looking like they were kind of vibing. So I'm hoping let's just see what happens there. I'm interested in that. Yeah.
He also tried to connect with Tiffany too.
He did. Yeah. And apparently it was, but I think that was the only one. I don't think she had anybody else that she was trying to open up to. Even when she first sat down, Clifton tried to speak to her and she didn't really want to speak back. So I just think that Tiffany was in her own lane and how she saw stuff. But I think she was more so trying to get warmed up. And I just think she fell flat. So unfortunately.
My boy Wiley is out there making moves. He's the youngest, but he's making moves. I like that.
Is. He went after what he wanted. He didn't mind he was being flirtatious. He was doing his thing. I'm feeling it. Go Wiley. I'm feeling it.
All right, let's go over these comments. All right, we got Creole Beauty said, I said that this season is different. Which I think she was talking about the sexual innuendos and shit.
Yeah.
Right. He's giving old man vibes. That's Cornelius.
I can see that. I can see that either him or Paul. Both of them old man vibes. Yeah, I can see that. Even though Cornelius is only 41, he's giving me old dude. Yeah. Old dude.
All right. She is so mellow. That's she's talking about what? She's Ace. So mellow. Ace. You see, I said the same thing though.
Yeah, Ace. Yeah.
Ace is
laid back.
I like that about her.
I liked her comment when she said she has to be experienced. I like that. I'm like, okay, Ace, I see you. I like that.
She gave me the black version of Drew Barrymore.
Kind of hippie.
Yeah, well, just the way she talks to, right?
Real chill. Okay, I see that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't like how she left. Talking about was that Tiffany,
yeah,
right?
Tiffany. She kind of left out like a little bit like a spoiled brat, a little bit. But again, I think she was in her feelings though. So I'm not even trying to judge her. I think she was in her feelings and she was like, forget this, I'm out.
Did you see how she shut my boy down, Paul? At that,
But you know what? People give people a hard time about, hey, in the moment, I got eliminated. I'm in my feelings. No, I don't want to hug you. I don't have to hug you.
I'm not just talking. Listen, I'm not talking about the hugging. Prior to the hugging, he was trying to do the interrogation again, and she was like, "What are we doing here?" She's like, "What are we doing here? What are we talking about? What you like to do? Where do you like to travel? Do you travel?" I'm like, "Oh shit!" She shut him down.
Yeah, she didn't want to. Yeah, I think Tiffany had her way of how she wanted to have a conversation, and she just wasn't feeling it. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Paul needs to step up his communication game. Some. Well, she was rude. Who was rude? Tiffany. I can wait. She left the show. I guess.
I think depending on how you look at it in the end, I see how someone could say that, but again, I think she was like, listen, y'all done eliminated me, I'm out. No. And I don't think she was, and like I said, I don't think she was feeling Paul. I definitely think he was the wrong one to deliver the message. I'm gonna say that. I don't think it should have been Paul.
Paul, yeah, he's a weird dude. What is this? Can you dissect this message? All right. VUM today, okay.
I don't know who that is. I don't know what they're trying to say.
Yeah. All right. Well, welcome to the chat room. Thank you for watching. Marina Dillard. Okay. Tiffany was upset about the delivery of her text. Of her exit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she was upset, and again, women can have egos too. I think she was in her feelings about it. I respect it. She walked off the way she should have, because she had handled it differently. Yeah, but she was in her feelings, and she was like, whatever. I ain't got nothing for you. Leave me alone. So could have had a little bit more mature, but
what I really didn't understand, on the one hand, she was getting upset, and when he said, the guys said, "You're not ready to love," and she went, "Oh, I'm not ready to love," and then she switched it around again and said, "I don't care for this show." I'm like, okay, which is which? On the one hand, you are mad for getting kicked out, and on the other hand, you were saying you don't care about the show. Like, choose.
But that's what I was saying. I think there was a side of her that could have been a little bratty. Yeah, it was a little immature. But I think it was her not really being able to express, my feelings are hurt. I got eliminated. So, because even she said that, she was like, I just got kicked out. So I think she didn't express it the best way, but she was in her feelings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. The last one is T. Wilson. Yes, that upset her. Yeah. I can see why.
So she got upset, and and I guess she wanted to keep on going, and she wasn't probably expecting to be eliminated. I guess I would have kind of been thinking, like, who am I connecting with? And maybe I would have had a thought pattern. Maybe it would have been me, but for her, it upset her, and she expressed it. So
she'll be all right.
She'll be fine.
All right. She'll be fine. She probably got a boyfriend waiting home for her, maybe.
Oh yeah.
She'll be.
Oh yeah.
What?
I said, oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to see how it plays out. I hope Ace makes it, but I think the next one off would be Precious. I really do. Precious or Carmen. It depends on if the men really connect with both or either one of them. Carmen, the fellas are noticing her physically, but I don't know if she's gonna make it anything past that. I don't know. So
got it.
But yeah.
All right.
So
that's it for this week.
That was good.
Went through this real fast today.
Yeah, we did. We should have got it quickly, even though it was a lot in the episode. Yeah, went through it pretty quickly. So we're looking forward to episode 3.
Hopefully they chill with the sexual stuff. I want to see substance, not all this sexual shit that's going on.
Agree.
It's just
they don't normally do that, so that's kind of different, on the sexual comments. But maybe they're showing a different dynamic of how people think. Hey.
I guess I don't know. I mean, for me, like, we want to see some substance, not just the sex.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Come with some substance on the table.
Yeah, we can get it anywhere. So yeah, I agree.
All right, so we want to thank everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We appreciate the comments and the viewership of everyone. Again, until next week, what you got to say to the peeps.
Yes, thank you all for joining us. Please like, comment, and share. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
All right, chop it up TV. Chop it up.
Good night.